what do you see for your future in 10 years' time?
This is a heavy one today, man.
It wasn't supposed to be heavy. It's more like it's supposed to be like light. It's
making me think. Yeah.
Right, give me your one prediction for the future. Like, what do you see?
I think it's likely. And it's out there. It has to be like
pretty out there, but you think it's going to be true? Stupid predictions from the past. Human feet will just become one big toe.
Fucking what? Hi, madam.
And I'm Josh.
And welcome back to the Breaking Bread podcast, where we dress for success, which explains the lack of success of the podcast so far. No, I'm joking. What, we hit 10,000 subs on
Mate, we're nearly
YouTube?
11,000 subscribers now.
I'll be damned. Do you have subs on Spotify? Is that a thing or no?
No, I don't think so. I think people just follow you, but it don't give you a count.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, that's amazing. So thanks for. I probably mentioned that before. I think
we might have
done it on the last episode. But thanks for watching. We're back this week with another episode. No more guests. But we got some in the pipeline. I think
there is a couple in the pipeline.
Nice.
I've reached out to some of my favourite YouTubers.
Oh, does it have to be YouTubers?
Well, my actual favourite YouTuber.
Oh,
currently.
yeah, I know.
I'm
what you're
very
talking
excited.
About now. That is going to be a good one. But we'll keep that on the wraps for now. How have you been, buddy, old pal?
Mate, I'm all right. But you know what? I need to do something because I've not been as good as you have been. If we can just, I'll just have to pull focus onto your subscribe account.
Oh, have you got it on your screen?
Look at this. Let's get that on there. That's about in keeping with our quality.
Yeah, everything on this podcast is so ghetto, man.
I don't like that. I'll have a quick zoom in. 2 million subscribers. There you are, son.
This is gonna look really janky that you're switching all the framing and everything.
I don't care. That was worth it. I actually gave you a round of applause when you walked in today.
Well, everyone did actually. Everyone at Breaking Bread HQ gave me an unexpected round of applause. I don't like loud noises in the morning, so I came in. I was like, "Fuck!" But it's a very humbling experience for me to. I don't do sincerity that well. I'm always joking about stuff. But if you are one of the 2 million, I said this week actually did a couple of posts on social media. Said if you see me in the street, come over and ask me for a demand a cuddle, and you shall receive one.
Mate, that's an impressive feat. Obviously, we recorded last week and we spoke about it. And I actually said to you, I'm like, when do you think it's going to happen? You're like, a couple of weeks. And we only recorded on Thursday and it's Monday now. Mm-hmm. That's ongoing. That's fast.
I know. I'm very fortunate, man. You know, that's more than the entire country of Latvia's population. That's one thing that I looked. You told me you always send me the show notes to say do some research. I never do it, but I came with one little stat today, and I just wanted to give you some perspective. It's a lot of people, obviously, but yeah, I'm incredibly thankful for it. It's a great milestone to reach.
It's mad considering when we first met, you were on I think 200,000 subscribers when we first met, and that was only 4 or 5 years ago, I want to say.
Probably about. It feels like 5, but it feels like longer. It
feels like an eternity ago. But yeah, congratulations, man. It's well impressive.
Thank you.
Right, let's crack on with the show. On the notes, it says, Josh, talk about what he's been up to. That's what it says on the notes. Mate, I need to tell you a story
Go on, then.
before we get into the podcast. And this, other parents will feel this. This isn't a parenting fail. But I went to Aldi yesterday, all family in tow. And they've got the parent and child spots, yeah?
Yeah.
And I pulled in and I was waiting to turn into this spot as this lady reversed out. And then this taxi just pulled in and got into the spot. So naturally, it was Sunday morning as well, worst time. You don't want to go shopping on a weekend at best of time. So I put my car in park. Danielle's like, don't do it. Imagine this is what Mrs. Beard is like with you all the time. Don't do it. I'm like, I've got to do it. So I put my car in park, open door, stormed over. I'm like, mate, you haven't even got a kid in your car. I've got a kid in my car. What are you doing? And he blatantly lied to my face. He's like, my kid's inside Aldi. I'm like, you haven't even got a fucking car seat. It is like, my kid's inside Aldi. Like, for fuck's sake. So I had to drive around, go find another parking spot. And then I'm like, I was searching around Aldi for him. I couldn't find him.
You were searching around Aldi for this guy's kid?
No, for him, not the kid.
Oh, right.
But it really fucking boils my piss that the big pet, it's for a Canadian or American listeners, they've got massive parking spaces over there.
Yeah.
But over here, they're made for Fiat 500s, and not all of us drive a Fiat 500, especially with a child. Yeah, it absolutely boils my piss. So that was my weekend. I was angry as I was as angry as you are most of the time this weekend.
I'm not. Don't make me out to be some kind of monster. That stuff like that does make me angry though. That when people are intolerant of or unaware of other people. I mean, though, to be fair, if you saw him get there and park up, yeah. So his son definitely, or his kid definitely wasn't in there. It was a definite lie.
It was definitely empty. He had no blacked out windows or anything. I could see into his car.
Should be ashamed of yourself, yeah. That's what they're there for, right? The mother and I call them mother and daughter spaces, but they're just family spaces.
Yeah, the family spaces. Yeah, but yeah, that was my weekend, and I thought I need to bring that up because I'm sure many people have had probably worse experiences of that, but that were a bad one in particular for me.
Yeah, it's a little bit like an extension of bad parking as well, isn't it? That kind of bugs me. You know, when people like park over the lines and it's like.
You ever see it in Leeds where like it's double yellows and there's like a Ferrari just curbed up and they're like, fuck it, I'll pay the fine. That's you, that.
I did that once. I did that one time because I was like, and it wasn't for like selfish reasons. It was because I was late to like doing a shoot, really late. And normally, you know me, I'm annoyingly prompt to things usually. And I just thought like, fuck this, I can't find anywhere to park. I'll just take a ticket, right? It's worth it for the video. I'm doing it for the video, right? That happened one time. I didn't get a ticket, which was even better actually.
Could you quote what you said yesterday to Mrs. Beard when you were in Preston as well, please? That you just mentioned before the show, because that's quite relevant actually now.
Man, if anyone's from Preston, tell me what the fuck is going on with the infrastructure of your city, town, whatever it is. There's all these contraflows and bustling. It got to the point where I was 10 minutes late to a place, right? And again, this was not my fault.
How far in advance did you set off?
2.5 hours to a place which is 1.5 hours away, and we still got there late. Only 10 minutes late, but that was largely because I just couldn't navigate. Like Maps was telling me to go somewhere, or Lindsay's Maps was telling me to go somewhere, and you couldn't go there because of the way that the city was, all these roadworks and whatnot. And I'm like, just go through that bus lane. I'll pay the fucking bus lane fine. Because I thought, I don't want to be one of those guys that gets to a place a half hour late after you've said you're going to be there, 12:15, you get there at like 1 o'clock or something.
Can I point out something that I've noticed on your videos? Like,
go on then.
2 million subscribers, right? You're getting good views. You must be earning a couple of quid. Why the fuck is Mrs. Beard driving a car where she's got to prop her phone up on dashboard? Why is she not? It's 2022, right? Even you don't even have to have an expensive car for it to have Apple CarPlay or just a fucking modern map. Why have you got? You
have to take that up with her. I'm always saying that, like, because she earns like a wage by herself. Like, she's on a good wage. Yeah. I think she earns like. I probably shouldn't be saying that. Like,
could bleep that out. You'd have to bleep that. Bleep that out.
I'm not allowed to say that. Which for her, I mean, to be fair, she's worked for the same company since she was 16 or some shit, right? So she's and she works really hard. So she earns a good salary. So I'm like, why are you driving around this piece of fucking shit car? But I don't know. I guess that's first world problems. But it doesn't even have like GPS or sat nav or whatever you want to call it. Like, doesn't have any navigation. She bought it like 4 years ago, used admittedly. Yeah. But I'm thinking,
I just find it so funny that like in the videos it's just propped up.
It's always just propped up there.
And then she'll go around a corner. I imagine it'll fall off. I can only imagine the stress that,
especially the way she drives. She drives like a lunatic. But you'd have to bring that up with her. I don't know.
I'm surprised we haven't been hit with a fine actually from shooting the chicken wings video in Morley when you were dangling out the side of it on a public road. We had no right to be there.
That's the definition of like guerrilla filming. You know what I mean?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was quite. The shot was worth it though. I thought
it was funny.
Just flailing, my legs flailing.
That video is so funny because there's so many like they're not even hidden messages. They're just fast. They're just fast messages. So a lot of people miss it. This is what you wrote on the side. There's so many little things in there, but
you're getting the creative juices flowing for this year.
The fact that you've not given me any ideas now in July, you can fuck off. You can make your own video.
You're gonna charge me like you're all right. You're 10 grand and I'll shoot you a video. Are we talking about today? We're talking about some good stuff, or are we just rambling?
We're going to talk about the predictions for the future because we figured it'd be a good topic. Ooh. But first, roll VT for the YouTube comment.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
All right, so this week's comment comes from H_JNK. Fuck knows what that means.
Sounds like a modern day rap troupe name.
I thought you'd just like given up, George, on typing in this document. I thought it was like a mistake. It says, Adam is nearly at 2 million subscribers. What's planned for the milestone?
Oh, I've been getting a lot over the last week. I'm sorry if this is going to disappoint people. Nothing in particular, not like a milestone video. To me, milestones go in tenfold increments. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, which I will never reach, right? So
I disagree. I think you could, No. Apart from the fact that you're retiring in December, but
I'm not retiring. Stop, will you stop creating that rumor?
Can you cut that out?
Stop spreading that. People are going to believe it. It'd be like Epic Mealtime. People just unsub from my channel thinking it's going to. Yes, there won't be. I mean, I see nothing special. I mean, there's the Philly series coming up. I'm going to Canada in a week, and there's going to be at least one more overseas trip before the end of the year. So that's 3, and there's only 5 months left in the year.
Are you going to do California next time?
I'm maybe gonna go back, which seems a bit counterproductive. I've not really decided yet, but then after Canada, I think it might be. I might go back to Texas, but Dallas, but predominantly because there's a contest, and I said I was going to do another contest this year. Didn't I?
So you're not going to go to West Coast when you said
I might do.
You'd let us go to Vegas.
Well,
that were like on.
Were you just inviting yourself along?
Yeah, no, I've already done this. We've done like those that listen to this. We've done this. That you already. I invited myself along. You said yeah.
I feel like it's got to be a purpose though for us to.
Yeah, we'll do some podcasts out there. I'll bring the microphones
with my mate Benny Blanco.
With Blaney
Blanco,
and I'll film some B-roll. Just
yeah, well maybe like you know me, like I'm very last minute. I wasn't going to Canada until about a week ago, so like we'll see.
It's amazing that Mrs. Beard still puts up with you. To be fair,
I just keep saying to it, it's like being married to an oil rigger or something like that, or something in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
They're away long periods of time. And it's just a necessity. But as well as that, I mean, it would be if I filmed a special now, it wouldn't go up for 3 months. So God, it'd be like a 2.1 million maybe subscriber special. So I'm sorry if that upsets people. It's not that I don't care. It's just that to me, it's going to be more productive for me to do something which I think people will really like.
Yeah.
Which is like
man of the people, aren't you? For them, not for you.
Well, no, I think it's like because I know a lot of people would like. I think people are getting at like these old school calorie. They're a bit dead to me, Like I like doing sometimes full day of eating style things, like the one I did in Atlanta, where I was eating at a place I'd never been to before. That's like thematically very strong. It's like a good theme, and it's gonna be fun to do, fun to shoot. But for the sake of like, it's 2 million. Let's just eat a lot of food. There's no that to me. There's no story build around that. But yeah, there's stuff coming on our channel which I think you'll like. So I suppose that's the best I can do.
There's your answer then, Mr. Hate. Well, I said Mr. I can't. I keep saying Mr. Beard. HJNK.
Somebody, have you ever seen those Mr. and Mrs. Smith like YouTube accounts?
Account. Yeah.
I like that actually. I like those things
like the Sidemen. Right. So this no, not the Sidemen.
Wasn't I one of the reaction videos lately? Somebody sent me a video saying you're in a Sidemen reaction video. You made it. I was like, that's a new fucking low.
Mr. Beard. Fuck me. What's wrong with me? Mr. Beast.
It's early as fuck, by the way.
Mr. Beast has reacted to you a few times, hasn't
he? Yeah. I hate, man. Like, I don't want to get, no, I don't hate Mr. Beast or anything like that. To me, reaction videos, I just dislike. It's like the YouTube equivalent of Gogglebox. And I'm just like, oh, stop. Come on, man. It's like one of those cheesy clip shows. Not that we're going to be doing one of those anytime soon. But it's like I can't be bothered to do something new, so let's look at somebody else's content and like laugh about it. But anyway, don't start it. Don't be in the comments like, oh, there's beef with Sidemen. No, in fact, I think 2 or 3 of them watch my videos normally anyway.
And we've already done this.
I don't like reaction videos, and if there's one place I can be honest, it's this podcast. So.
We've already clipped you a few times, like beef with Jake Paul. We've tried to get all the headlines on the Clips channel.
We're trying to create some fake beef. Yeah, come on.
Mate, just speaking of Clips channel though, like across the main channel and the Clips channel, we've done over 1 million views. Do you think that's mental?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
1 million views?
1 million views on our YouTube, across 2 YouTube channels, which is about 16 or 17,000 subscribers. We've done 1 million views.
George, is he pulling my leg? Is he yanking my chain? Is he grinding my gate? No, that doesn't work.
Isn't that nuts?
No, I ain't actually checked it.
I checked it out. Yeah. The Clips channel's done a lot more views. Naturally.
Do a close-up on me, George. Thank you very much. No, that really does me. That's mind-blowing.
Ain't that fucking nuts? Yeah, it's mental. Right, so on with the main topic of this podcast, future predictions. We thought it'd be quite a fun one. All right,
I've got a frog in my throat. It's just because Lindsay choked me out the other day. Well, we'll get onto that in a bit anyway.
Future predictions. And the first question I want to ask is, where did you think you would be? Where do you think your life would be at this point when you were younger? So like, how old are you? 47, 48? Now you're 50, aren't you? Right. So you hit half a century.
You can fuck off, because if there's one thing that I have, like people always say to me, is that like I'm older than people expect me to be, which to me paints the picture that I look younger than I am. I certainly dress younger than I am. But I don't think I look 37. I could pass for like 32 easily, I reckon. But where did I think I would be? What, when I was like, say, 16 or something?
Yeah. Like,
Where
so
did
when you were like at school, sort of leaving school age, like what did you think your life plan, like, you know, with innocent eyes?
I don't know, because I was one of those, you know, you get those weirdly driven kids.
Yeah.
And I say weirdly driven, but a lot of the kids that I went to school, like my friends and stuff at school, knew they might not necessarily be what they wanted to be now, but at the time they had like this fully realized vision of what they wanted to be, and I just never had that. And I still don't really have that now. Like this is what I want to be now, but like I don't know. I thought I'd probably be like something like my dad, something shit like an insurance broker or something like that, you know.
That guy, that Chaz AR, will be like, for fuck's sake, man. I'm working.
He works
I'm working.
He's out there working for Prudential, listening to this, like, what the fuck's going on?
Are they watching me?
But I never really had a plan. I never wanted to be something. So I think I just thought I would end up in tertiary industry, you know, like some kind of like either working for an insurance firm or like a bank, which I was working at. I just probably thought I'd be doing that.
That's pretty wild. Like I can't imagine as a younger man thinking I want to work in a bank.
I didn't want to work. I just thought, like, I didn't have like aspirations to be anything, which I know is a lot of, I guess it must be weird because a lot of kids do. Like, I remember going to school with a kid who wanted to be like a pilot, a kid who wanted to work in the police, a kid who wanted to be in the army, and whatever you want to do, everyone like seemed to have like a dream, and I was like, I never really had that, you know. I just kind of coasted through life and arrived at a point that I'm at now where I do this, which is, I suppose, not that surprising. If you didn't ever have a dream, you fell into something weird. So I don't know where. I thought life would grab me, right? And I'd just be in a job I didn't fucking want to be. And if it wasn't for this now and those 2 million people watching, I'd still be working at a bank, hating life, you know? So I don't know. What did you want to be?
I think I was very similar. Like I joke now saying I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up, because I never really had like a direction. I did always think, like, when I was younger, I want to become a millionaire. It's not I want to become a millionaire, right? I thought it'd be a piece of piss. In my head. Yeah, like when I was sort of 16, 17 at school, I was like, I'll just start a business, become a millionaire, and then, you know, times my own. I thought it'd be dead easy. I don't know why I thought it.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just like, I think the innocence of life at that point, you're just like, I imagine being an adult's a piece of piss. And then it grinds you, and then life grinds you down.
You get to being an adult, you're like, oh my God, life is full of so many obstacles.
Yeah, I did. I just thought that's... So I knew I wanted to run my own business, and I assumed that I'd just be rich, and only one of those things has come true so far. I just thought it'd be a doddle, you know, like, I don't know why I did, but...
It's a nice business, though. It's a good, solid, successful business. You went flipping Yorkshire Wildlife Park last week. Does it get any... Do the heights get any dizzier than that?
But when I was at school, like, I had no direction. Like, when I was at school, I didn't even... I wasn't driven at all. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't very academic. So I was just sort of coasting through, just trying to figure it out. And my lifeline was when I went to sea, because...
I love how you always call it going to sea. It sounds so oddly ambiguous. Not like I joined the Navy, I just went to sea. Like, you could have been a fucking fisherman or something.
Yeah, I went to be a fisherman. But that was my only lifeline, because I was like, rather than going from, like, for those that are living in the West Yorkshire area, to go from Heckman White to Dewsbury every day and back and there and back, when I found out I could go travel the world and get paid for it, I was like, that's what I'll do. So that's the only reason I signed up. It wasn't like for Queen and Country, or it was they were going to pay me, they were going to train me, and I was going to earn a good living from it, and I get to see the world. Like, that was my number one goal, to see the world.
My granddad did the same thing. One of my granddads did. He joined the Navy, I think, because he wanted to, like, see shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's I think anything that point in life gives you kind of some structure, and anything that's probably teaches you a great deal of skill, right, and problem solving capacity. And that's something that you can then take on to, like, your own business. You don't really learn that at school, do you?
No, and that's it. Like, I think whilst you're there, obviously everybody moans like fuck about it, because that's just life, innit? No matter what job you're doing, everybody moans. But I remember at the time being, like, super grateful for, like, the position that I were in, and I took, like, every opportunity that I could for personal development within there to progress, whether it's through my career in that or what would be there after it. So I think the life skills that I learned whilst being there were paramount to getting to do this now. Just even the stuff like the all the flying the flag stuff, you know, where we would be in the Caribbean and we'd just be visiting islands, just speaking to various dignitaries and stuff. Like as like a junior officer or whatever, or even a junior rank, you get to speak to these various people, like if it's politicians or, you know, other officers from other navies, like part of the NATO, like alliance. That were really good to be able to learn how to talk to people. Obviously, we do a job now where we talk to people, but those skills carry over into life. Whether it don't mean even into business. Just like if you want to go get another job, or you want to be able to just be somewhat skilled.
It sounds like one of the, you know, when you go to a jobs fair when you're like at uni, and you come across like the TA stand, well, not the TA stand, like the army stand or whatever. Like you can learn some skills, son. You know, we'll give you some skills for future life. It's like I feel like you're not really selling me a career in the military here because you're telling me you're going to teach me skills to go on to something else.
You don't articulate it very well.
Yeah.
But again, I then had like a midlife crisis, a quarter-life crisis at like 25. I don't want to do this anymore. That's when I left and wanted to start my own business because that is actually what I wanted to do.
You started watching a couple of Casey videos.
Yeah.
Like, this is the life for me.
But again, I looked at the Casey videos and I was like, that looks easy. I can do that.
Well,
and it's a lot fucking harder.
That's what people think, isn't it?
That's what they'll do with yours, though. Won't they? They must look at your videos and go, "Oh, that's easy." I quickly correct people. You know, when people say that to me about you, they're like, "Oh, that must be dead easy." I'm like, "He's put more than 2 videos up a week for the last 7 years. That ain't fucking easy, mate." Like that's like.
But I try not to be too like conceited, because I can understand why.
Not conceited, but just like I try to give him a bit of a reality check because like this, I think like people look at the podcast and they go,
you can forgive them for that, thinking it's just cobbled together, because it is. No, but like I get why people don't understand that though, because like if you like it's the same with a film. Like a lot of people won't know what goes into a film; they're just consuming a product.
Yeah,
and I suppose it's not really incumbent on them to know what goes into it. So I do kind of get it, but yeah. Every job's hard work in some capacity. The question is whether you feel fulfilled in doing it. Like Linz often comes home from work complaining, but even though it's something I would hate to do, she finds some value in doing it and some fulfillment in doing it. So I think it's just like whatever you. Again, sounds like a careers fair thing, but you know what I mean. Fucking hell.
I'm with you though. Like even now, even though we're doing this, I still think like what am I supposed to be doing in life? Like what is the goal? What's the plan?
Keep the lights on, man.
It's weird, isn't it? But like you've got to sometimes just take a step back and go, fucking hell, I can't believe we're actually doing this right now. You know?
Yeah, like
it's fortunate position to be in.
I saw a Jim Carrey quote once. I know he's not one of the most renowned philosophers of all time, but he said famously said, "Life happens for you," which I thought was quite a good way of looking at it. You know, like it's you can try and control it as much as you want, but you just kind of a leaf in the wind, aren't you?
Absolutely. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it? Especially when it's going wrong. It's true. It fucking comes at you.
You're spoken like somebody that drives a motorcycle. But yeah. Are we on? Is this the main topic?
This is the main topic.
This is the main topic. Oh, right, okay. I thought we were still rambling. I don't know.
No, we've got more to add to this, but I just I thought we'd just hold on.
Oh, that was the whole like. What did you think was? I didn't know. To answer your question in the short form fashion, I didn't know what I'd be doing. I thought I'd be just getting through life best I could.
I also heard a quote recently, and I can't remember who had said it online, but it basically says like it's very easy for us to look back at the 10 years into the past and sort of see how we got to where we are now. But then when we try to predict 10 years in the future, we really struggle as human beings to try and even. So you 10 years ago will be a completely different person to what you are today. But I think when we predict forward, we don't ever consider that we're going to completely change.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, where do you predict it? What do you see for your future in 10 years' time? So when you're 77 years old, like what do you think? What do you think you'll do?
I can't wait to be fucking 77, man. I'm basically a 77-year-old now in a 37-year-old's body. Lindsay's always coming like a grumpy old man. This is a heavy one today, man. It
wasn't supposed to be heavy. It's more like it's supposed to be like light.
It's making me think.
Get the old cogs turning.
So where am I going to be in 10 years?
10 years time.
I'd love to say I'll still be doing the same thing. That would be great. I'll be over the moon to hear that. If people are, I think there is some kind of. I'm not daft enough to think there isn't a finite shelf life to what I do. Not for health reasons. A lot of people probably think, well, yeah, I bet his health will be terrible in 10 years.
Yeah.
It won't be. If I still do what I do now, in 10 years, I'll be. I mean, I don't know if I've got any genetic predispositions towards certain things. I don't think I do, but like by and large, what I do won't have any tangible impact on my life, really, health-wise. I think it's more the fact that is anyone going to watch somebody who's 47 eating food every week? And if the answer is yeah, if I could mutate the channel in some way to kind of own that, that's a weird way of putting it.
Look at Bob, the notorious beer. How old is he?
Oh, he's in his 50s, Bob. Yeah, but I mean, and I would still do it, if it kind of, I think in a weird way, it'd be like a full circle thing if, you went from tons of people watching your videos and you peak.
To like
to 10,000 people watch. I'd still make videos if 10,000 people a week were watching them because I made videos when 10 people a week were watching them,
Yeah.
So I'd still like to do it in some capacity. And if you told me that, that'd be great. But I would love to do, in addition to that, other things. I'd love to say, like, if this podcast in 10 years, we're getting like Superfly guests on and we're still having fun, I'd love that. That would be a dream to me, is if people were still enjoying this in 10 years and it was not bigger, because I don't really, to me that's big, right? 1 million people watching or whatever. But yeah, I think if I'm doing the same thing and I don't have kids, I'll be happy.
I've got like a quick question. What if this podcast like took off to the levels of what your channel is at and it became hard for you to do both? Would you like pick one over the other? And
I don't think it would.
That?
I don't think it would be hard for me to do both.
You'd make it work.
I think I'd barely sleep. You know what I mean? So we do it now. So like, what I mean, if I need to put more work in, I would, and I'd just sacrifice more of my fucking personal life. Much to Mrs. Beard's. She doesn't listen. She's not gonna care. But I don't think it wouldn't be a question of picking one or the other. I don't think. But if I had to, I'd just pick my YouTube channel, obviously. Don't cry. But
Sorry, I got rate my takeaway in the wings.
He's on next week.
Didn't he have? Somebody told me he had his dad. I've not seen it. Did somebody tell you his dad was on his last video?
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
I wish I could add my dad on one of my videos. He would have never done it. He'd have said, "Shut up, you fucking tit. I'm not coming on your videos." But he couldn't eat worth of shit anyway.
That'd have been a good tale, though. From what you've told me about your dad, I can just imagine him getting angry as you. What would be a good thing if you had all I can envisage if you and your dad were going through Preston with a GoPro in the car and you both getting fucking angrier. Like
he'd be raging. Like my dad was the most mad I've ever seen him inside a car. The best collab I could have done with my dad would have been like, if I'd got you, say, filming him at Nathan's or something like that, because my dad seeing me play sports was like a different level of it. That would have been entertaining. I could imagine what he'd been screaming at me. It'd have been just expletives from from 0.0 to minute 10. But sadly that can't happen now. But we got on a tangent there about Rate My Takeaway. Get him in for an episode when I'm away in Canada.
I will. I'll call. To be fair, both him and somebody from his team rang me about 2 weeks ago and I ignored them both. So.
Probably want another free video, don't they?
I think they bought that new van and he said to me, I don't know, fucking 2 months ago, he's like, now then, guys, when we get this new van, Josh, will you just help us set up cameras so we can do a podcast in it? And I'm thinking,
not fucking Jimmy Savile, man. What are you doing?
And I knew that's what they were calling me for, and I was fucking stacked, mate. Like, you were away again, and I was stressed out of my eyeballs. And so I think one of his cameraman rang me, and then WhatsApped me, and I ignored that. And then Danny rang me like the following Monday, and I ignored that.
It must be ace having a team. A team to do all your admin.
I need to fucking touch base again at some point. But yeah, what we were talking about were like, what do we see look like in 10 years? And I guess this podcast, that was a good question, that about like, there'd never be a point where you couldn't balance both for the podcast. Unless I think I'm with you. I think this podcast, I think we both maybe take it a little bit for granted. Like, I can't believe how many people actually listen now. It's come really fast.
I have a problem with that. We'll get to that later.
It has come really fast, that we put a podcast out and we're not particularly consistent as far as like the days.
We're all right though.
We're all right. It's always within the week, but like last week we put it out on a Friday and within the day it had done 1,000. So like, if it went up at 8 a.m. by 6 p.m. it had done 1,000 views on YouTube. Mental. And I think it'd be cool to eventually get it up to where we could maybe do 2 a week. But what I don't want to lose is what we've got now, which is just, we're not beholden to sponsors or agencies or
fuck the sponsors.
Do you know what I mean? We're not. And somebody,
nicest comment sorry to interrupt you. Nicest comment I got yesterday when I posted saying, thanks for everyone that watches. Somebody said, I'm just grateful for the fact that you're not trying to sell me NordVPN every video. And I was like, yes, man. Anyway, yes,
that's a valid point. But I think like it'd be cool if we didn't lose that,
I think everything as well, if you do something twice a week, it does become, it's not like it's twice as hard, it becomes almost like 4 times as hard, I think. it becomes more laborious. So, but yeah, I mean, we could totally do it maybe at some point.
I think it's the podcast has got massive potential. I think for the next 10 years for me,
if you don't get us cancelled.
yeah, you've got to. What did you put in that text the other day? What group chat? You said that because I was at sea for fucking 10 years,
Yeah.
my senses for political correctness are a bit skewed.
Yeah, they're a bit askew. Yeah, you were away with those Navy lads. So yeah, sometimes they got to rein you in a little bit. So what are you going to be in 10 years? Where's Josh Gudgeon, not Josh Gudgeon PLC?
PLC.
Where's Josh Gudgeon going to be in 10 years?
I don't know. I'm very much in that quote of not being able to predict 10 years ahead. I can't even do 12 months ahead.
You're not going to be shooting big blockbusters.
No, not at all. No, I'm really happy with what we're doing currently. To be fair, I'd like to invest a bit more time into the podcast, but the balance is very, very difficult at the minute with podcasting and actual real life work. So I'd like to be able to find more time for this. To get a bit more, as you would as well. I think you said
thought you were going to say something really interesting. Like I want to be shooting like some independent movies with a young talented actor by the name of Adam Moran playing the lead.
We could do that, but I think it's like my career is going and it's working its way as like a natural progression. Like we're sort of climbing the ranks,
leveling up
as you should be. Yeah, I think it's going quite well. But no, I think in 10 years, I'll have a child that's 11 years old, which seems mental.
You hope, man. If she survives your parenthood, man, good lord, you start throwing her into like vats of acid or whatever you're doing next.
We'll cut to Josh's father. In fact,
People
enjoyed that.
I was looking after Tilly last night, my 2-year-old child. I told her to cook me some beans on toast, and next thing you know,
she set on fire. Oh, right. Let's move on to Breaking Beard.
dun dun dun.
Breaking beer.
Don't give me a semi. You know I like that ASMR stuff.
You know what? Like you're so open. We say you've got 2 million subscribers now. Last week when you said it gives you a semi, playing with myself when I was 11, all this sort of shit that you're on about.
It's cathartic to me to like be fully open and not have everything. I mean, everything's real on the videos, but I'm very kind of constrained to try and make it family friendly. So I don't do that here.
The first question this week will be for Josh.
I get to go first. Get in.
No, you cried last week because you didn't go first. So your question is, how long did Queen Victoria reign for? Was it 34 years?
34? You're fucking Australian, isn't it?
George has got his radio voice.
Yeah,
I like it, George.
When he does his YouTube videos.
No, he's doing a tease these thing.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where we look at the Sony ZV-1.
George, I'm not taking the piss.
Welcome back.
I'm not taking piss. I like the tease for these thing. That's a radio thing. You got potential, lad. Go on.
Right, so how long did Queen Victoria reign for? 34 years, 41 years, or 63 years?
Can you say them again? What are they?
34 years,
Yep.
41 years,
Yep.
or 63 years?
34 years.
Is that your final answer?
Unfortunately, yes.
You're incorrect. It's 63 years.
Shit.
I had no idea. I fucking completely guessed that.
So Josh is going down the scale.
Down. Yeah. Oh, well. I had no idea. I couldn't even make an educated guess then.
She's famously the longest reigning monarch, isn't she?
What, apart from the one we've got now?
Well, yeah.
Right, okay.
So the next question for Adam is, unintentionally, these are very Regal themed. But Henry VIII introduced which tax in England in 1535? Was it the window tax, the beard tax, or the hat tax?
Beard.
In what year?
1535.
The beard tax.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Was the
fucking
beard tax.
bollocks, that. Like, that.
Yours was easier than mine there. Calm down, mate. So I go ahead officially.
So you go back away from it, and Josh, you
This
go
is
further
fucking
forward.
shit, mate. Because you know, like, fuck you, George. It had to be the beard one for the bearded guy, didn't it?
If it helps, I would have got both of those right. So
Right, next section is stupid predictions from the past. We've collated some stupid predictions from some stupid people
this will be entertaining.
in the past when they didn't think they were that stupid. But
so the things in the past people predicted would happen,
Yeah.
which was proven to be
yeah.
inaccurate. Okay.
All right, so the first one is human feet will just become one big toe.
Fucking what? Who said that?
So a guy called Richard Clement Lucas, in a lecture at the Royal College of Surgeons in England in 1911, made a curious prediction. Human feet will become just one big toe. He predicted the useless outer toes will be used less and less. So he theorized that man might become a one-toed race.
What were these? This guy, what were his credentials? Was he some kind of
He worked at Mackey's.
one? That doesn't make sense. Oh,
Like a hoof, but like a donkey's hoof.
So, like the human race becomes a race of ungulates. People who just have like a big stub.
Was weed legal in 1911?
I think you're probably huffing the poppies and stuff, like the morphine concoctions and all that stuff.
I joke. I don't know if I should say this, but I joke.
Probably not. No, I know.
I joke with my sister-in-law very often because she's got a massive big toe, and I always like point it out. And she's got a new chap, and we were in Scotland at a family party, and I said to him, I'm like, "Have you noticed the weird thing yet?" You do, because you can't unsee it. It's not actually that bad, so sorry for anybody that knows who she is. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I went, "Because she's in like flip-flops." I'm like, "Look at her big toe," and she's like, "Josh."
You start gagging.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you like first date that Mrs. Beard and I had? Probably that second or third thing she said to me was, "Do you have any like weird deformities or anything?"
Oh, you might
did we cover that on the podcast with
Do
her?
it again. Go on, tell us again.
She was like, "Do you have any weird deformities?" I was like, "Deformities?" I'm like, "What do you mean, like one of those like weird tails?" Or what? I'm like, "Not really. I've got a bit of a scar on my back. That's about it." I said, "Weird question for the first date. Why do you ask?" And she was like, "I've just got deformed hands." And I'm like, "I think deformed's a bit much. She's just got this. I forget what you call it now, but you know, like they're not. That's what a regular hand looks like, and her fingers kind of go like on one hand they go up like stairs, and on the other one like this one's really short, and you know, and I'm like." I don't know, it just makes you different. What do you think? What do you think was going to be like, "That's gross, I'm leaving," like get up and like slam my drink down or whatever?
Was that your turn on though? Because you said that you like weird looking humans.
Yeah, if everyone, I like, people, if we're all the same, man, but life would be boring, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Right, so we've just heard all the secrets there. Next, this quote is, "We will live in flying houses." So the inventor, science writer, and futurist Arthur C. Clarke believed that by 2022 we will live in flying houses that can relocate to anywhere in the world at any given moment.
Imagine how expensive they'd be. Fucking hell, it's expensive to live in a normally situated house.
Da, 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 da.
But I don't know, flying houses, man. I don't even know how they'd ever even be practical, like inclement weather and everything. Like how would you live in them? Like imagine like there's a thunderstorm or something, like be a nightmare. It just seems like wildly impractical.
Apparently, it said on that website where I pulled that from, that guy, Arthur C. Clarke, wrote the screenplay for 2001: A Space Odyssey. Apparently.
Never seen it, I'll be honest.
Did you ever play that game, that Abe's Odyssey? Did you ever play that on PlayStation?
Yeah,
what a fucking game that was.
It was back when platformers like were a thing. You don't really get platform. I mean, I don't game anymore really. But like, do you get platform games? You know, like Abe's Odyssey, Crash Bandicoot. You know, we just kind of running around.
Yeah.
You kind of just get remakes of Crash and Mario and stuff like that.
I think that will when like. I mean, maybe because I'm old now, but I don't play video games anymore. But I remember back in the day, like Tomb Raider and Crash Bandicoot and Abe's Odyssey, like they were the fucking games, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the time to play them now, but like, certainly it's the case that things have moved further and further towards monetization, right? A lot of my friends that play games are like, they'll have like retro games machines, like big, you know, I've got the arcade machine in my house, but like I've got a mate who's really into, he's got one that's decked out with thousands of games you can play on the same machine. And he's like, I'll just play this now, because like you buy a game now and you buy it, it's like 90 quid, but then you've got to like buy little add-ons and stuff like that, and it's all the game modes are meant to be played online rather than like the story. Like, I mean, I don't want to be playing with people. That's if I was gregarious and I'd like socializing, I'd go out and speak to people. I don't want to play with someone. Give me a game and I'll just play it alone in my bedroom in the dark.
It is terrifying how conditioned we are with sort of being monetized, or like the process of monetization. In it, you know, like it's pretty scary.
I mean, it's pretty, amongst kids. Like my you know, Lindsay's niece and nephew, they've accidentally on occasion, or like just because they're kids and they don't know any better, like spent like 70 quid on like downloading daft shit for like apps on their phone and stuff. And I think it's the same with like video games and whatnot. Like, but anyway,
it's like on FIFA. That's like it's like a gambling thing that now. Because
Yeah, they lost me with that whole. I quite liked it because I'm a big football fan, and there's a lot of replay value in FIFA, right? 'Cause you just play. It's not like a story, right?
Yeah.
You're playing the game again. And then when they did that Ultimate Team thing, where it's like a card, like a virtual card
you
game,
like put money into it to get coins to buy players, and it's
like better players.
And players are in the game already. Why are you buying them?
I don't know, man. It's one of those. But they'll never. It's like movie studios. Like they're never going to stop doing something, even if it's shit. If they're making money. So anyway,
I wonder how much they actually make. Like
God knows.
EA Sports, who make FIFA, how much they make a year from just Ultimate Team.
I don't know, mate. I've never considered it, but somebody let us know in the comments.
I don't know how much I can say about this because we signed an NDA, but we did some work for. I don't know if I should.
I signed a written agreement saying I wouldn't discuss it, but let me just discuss it.
Yeah, but the company. I'll tread around anyway. So basically, there are companies out there that have full-time gamers. So like they'll have like warehouses full of like gaming kids, like playing games to check if there's any bugs throughout the whole game.
Gaming sweatshops,
like a gaming sweatshop,
like battery farmed nerds just fucking playing Call of Duty.
And it makes sense that you would need that, but I'd never considered it until it was brought to my attention that they're like. There's people that's full-time job is to sit and game all day, but then I imagine that they would go home and then continue to game. Could you imagine how bad that is for your health? Like just the blue lights.
Yeah, I don't need to imagine, man.
Not eating and
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that South Park episode where they all played like fucking Dungeons and Dragons, or they played Summit for 4 days and they're all just like shitting in cups and there's just like food. I can't remember exactly how it went.
No, I was never really a massive fan of South Park.
Nah, that's some good telly. That
I was never really a big fan. But anyway, what was the next future prediction?
Just quickly before you move on, I googled how much they actually make just from that Ultimate Team a year.
Go on then, George.
So they make £1.15 billion from just that a year.
Shit.
And they pump out pretty much the same game every year. Just
they don't make
updates.
You give people like like new haircuts and new kits and whatnot.
Shocking.
Mad.
Imagine how much they charge to have like your, like the sponsored shirts. I bet they get a kickback off the company as well. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, the next one actually sums up pretty much what I thought when I was leaving school at 16 years old. No one will be working and everyone will be rich. That is literally the title.
Who predicted that?
In 1966, Time magazine reported that the 21st century would be a pretty awesome economic era for just about everybody. Quote: machines will be producing so much that everyone in the US will, in effect, be independently wealthy without even lifting a finger. The average non-working family could expect to earn an average salary of between $30,000 and $40,000. By today's standards, that'd be about $300,000 doing absolutely nothing.
Nobody would be working, everyone would be rich. That sounds like one of Rishi Sunak's.
Hey up.
Can we not talk about that?
Yeah, can you bring it on?
That sounds like one of his promises. Yeah. He's what, same size as me, isn't he? 5'2".
Yeah, apparently he's like a really small human, which is pretty funny.
And just to clarify, I'm not 5. What does it say on Wikipedia now? I'm 4'3". I think I'm shrinking every time.
George, have a quick Google.
But I mean, that's crazy. I don't know why you would ever. Did that person even just study basic economics? I don't even say study. Are they aware of basic economics?
That was Time magazine, mate. That were like legit.
I mean,
legit print.
Whatever. These are ridiculous. These are about as ridiculous as they can get. There are less ridiculous ones.
Right, next one. Mail will be sent via rocket.
Well, it got quicker. They were right in that regard. But can you imagine spending rocket fuel when you want to send like a Christmas card to your nan? Just flying through smacks you in the face.
To be fair, they're about doing like primed on drones to your door, aren't they? Like
I get that,
you can prime that within the day. Right,
that.
So this one comes from, it says, as out there as it sounds, mail delivery via missile was successfully attempted in 1959. The nuclear warhead was taken out and replaced with mail containers, and the missile was launched towards a naval auxiliary air station. The mail was successfully delivered. The Postmaster General, Arthur E. Summerfield, was so excited by the historic significance of mail delivery via an instrument of war that he predicted it would become a commonplace in the next century.
To be fair, when that arrived, I bet what was in there, the mail, still came in better condition than anything delivered by Yodel. I guarantee it, man. They boot it over, they convert the thing, like touchdown over, not touchdown's not right. They kick it over your fences, what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Hermes is the same thing, innit?
Yeah,
like
they don't give a shit,
they're all fucking jokers, mate. I like seeing, you know, what CCTV catches them where they'll say, "Oh, put it in your fucking green bin." They'll put it in your green bin, take a picture, then take it back out and nick it. I love them getting caught for that. Fucking wankers.
I saw someone on Facebook the other day. It was like, "Oh, it was my Hermes driver's birthday the other day." So he came and I said, "Oh, I've got a present for you," and he's like, "Oh, thanks." So I fucking booted it over into the neighbour's garden and said, "It's in a designated location or whatever."
Designated safe
It's in a
space.
safe space. We haven't got any delivery drivers listed.
Right.
Chaz AR's had a career change from the financial sector. Poor fucker is driving around in his Amazon electric car. I spoke to them. Have you seen them? The Amazon electric like Sprinter vans, the big vans.
No.
So the biggest van that Mercedes do, Amazon have took them and used them as their like fleet vehicles, and they're fully electric. And the guy that delivered it, like I couldn't help but asking, I'm like, mate, how many miles does that thing do? And he's like, like 54 miles to a full tank, to a full charge.
54?
54. And I went, fuck off. He goes, yeah. So how long did it take to charge? In like 2 hours. I went, you must have spent more time sat at a charge point than delivering. I said, because by the time you got to my estate, by the time you've dropped off a few down there and got back out again, you must have used fucking 20 miles because it's just like, you know, start, stop.
Why would you make a vehicle that can only charge, like even the worst electronic vehicles do like 120 or something?
But the massive vans, like they're the biggest vans that they do. There's big.
So it should have more space for the battery, chassis battery thing? Well, anyway, I saw if Amazon are losing money, like that's only good for the world, I think.
I saw another video on probably TikTok or something, and it was a festival where people were charging their electric cars, and it was just somebody laughing, right? Because it was like an eco event they were at, and you could see fences with eco signs up, and there's all these three electric cars plugged in, and it just guys would be like, ha 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 ha. And then you see his fucking 2 big diesel generators. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that same thing.
How bad's that?
It's got to come from somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, right, next one. Humans will live on Mars. We've been dreaming of putting humans on Mars for as long as we've known the red planet existed. However, it's only recently that the venture started to feel even remotely realistic.
You know what's mad? Sorry to interrupt you. Out of all the ones so far, that is the most realistic. I bet when these predictions were made, that was probably deemed the least realistic.
So this was in 1997. Wired magazine's Peter Schwartzland picked the year 2020 as the time humans arrive on Mars.
Well, he was wrong, wasn't he? But that seems fraught with just. You think that, I don't want to get onto like a hippie warrior high horse thing here, but like, couldn't more money be dedicated to the preservation of this planet than having to construct not just like the eco. You'd have to construct an entire breathable atmosphere on the planet. You know, you can't survive there.
Do you remember on SpongeBob SquarePants when the squirrel used to live underwater in that thing?
Is he for real, man? Like,
Do you know what I mean?
Dumb.
Oh yeah, I watched SpongeBob SquarePants on a daily. No, I've never seen an episode. I know what it is, but I've never seen.
All right,
it.
those that listening don't know what it is. They're a squirrel that lived with SpongeBob and Patrick under the water, but she lived in a dome.
All right,
Because that's what I figured it'd be like if we went to Mars.
Yeah. I'm all for, you know what? I'm all for like
This fucking guy.
You
You make me question myself sometimes because you did this before about like watches. You remember when I said, "Oh, I'm into watches," and you shot me down on the podcast, and then everybody come out and go, "No, that's pretty normal." Coming from the guy that eats for a fucking living.
You recall, I didn't say you. I know I fully accept that I'm weird. I didn't say you couldn't be into watches. I just said watches are not a hobby. That's like me saying fucking wallpaper's a hobby. You know what I mean? Like
Just choke him out.
But no, to get back to the Mars thing, I think it's the nature of humanity to explore, right? That's what Columbus and all that stuff, the spirit of exploration and otherworldly conquest and all that stuff. Not conquest, that's the wrong word. That makes me sound like a colonialist, which I'm not. But like getting to Mars, I think is good for in terms of scientific venture and stuff like that. But realistically, who's living on Mars? If somebody said you could be, even if they said you could be in Mars in a day's time, which you can't, but if they said that to you, you can go live on Mars. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like solitude, but I don't want to live on Mars.
I think it's mad that people dedicate because I mean, how long does it take to get to Mars? And it's something like 40 years.
6 months, I think it is.
What? I thought it was like years.
No,
I
that's
think
not years, but-
I was seeing like Elon Musk talking about it, and he was saying it takes apparently about 6 months. Sorry.
Oh, is that it?
To get there?
You're going to Google it?
Yeah.
But again, I won't be there volunteering, going,
It's super dangerous. Like, there's so many ways you can die.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, like
So many ways.
George wasn't far off. So it's 7 months,
7
roughly.
months, yeah.
But I think the radiation thing. I'm not going to get into a whole scientific analysis of it, but to me, that seems the most likely. That seems like at the time it was the least likely thing, but now I think humans will probably reach Mars, maybe land and arrive on Mars in the same way they landed on the moon within our lifetime, probably.
surely it's going to be fucking freezing.
That's where spacesuits, Josh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a particularly welcoming atmosphere on the moon, but we made that. Did we?
I've got so that was my just that was the first thing that came to my head. Because you've ever been swimming in the sea? It's cold. Even in the Caribbean, it's cold. But the deeper you get,
you do some more of that.
the deeper you get, it gets really cold. So and we're still like within our atmosphere. Imagine how fucking cold it is on another planet. Or is he just leave the
Cold, but that's why you get spacesuits, right?
Yeah, no, but how effective can a spacesuit be?
I've sent you a TikTok of Elon Musk talking about
Did he talk about these problems?
How he'd heat up Mars,
All right.
and it's fucking
What
ridiculous.
are the odds that I hadn't actually seen that? So the first half of a nice little segue like that, right?
But eventually you can transform Mars into an Earth-like planet.
How would you do that?
You'd warm it up. Just warm it up. If you
With
want
a blanket or with what? How would
there's-
you warm Mars up? You know,
there's
it's a
the
long
fast
way away from the sun.
There's the fast way and the slow way.
Okay. Give me the fast way.
The fast way is drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
You're a supervillain. That's what a supervillain does.
Creepy.
Drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
That's the academic analysis by Josh. Creepy. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I don't know, but drop thermonuclear weapons on the poles. I feel like it might be a bit more complicated than that. But I mean, what do I know?
I think you'd do a lot of damage, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I feel like it's why even bother, right? Get there for the sake of putting the same way you put men on the moon, right? Maybe do some digs, figure out if they got anything there. A bit like when you go in the rainforest, a movie Medicine Man, they might have stuff there that could help human beings, resources. But in terms of living on there, what's the fucking point?
What's that film that's just come out recently with Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, Don't Look Up.
Don't Look
Great
Up.
film, yeah.
So at the end of that, where the credits rolled and then eventually get to the planet, that's what I imagined it'd be like. So just some plant. We'd go in there just completely fucking we own the world. We're all right. We're going to take over this planet, and then just a fucking leaf just grabs them and eats them.
It's like a lot of the kind of tropes that the Alien franchise is built on, right? And especially the newer ones. You arriving on a planet, hey, this looks safe. And then before you know it, you breathe in some creature which explodes out your chest. There's that real danger. Who's going to volunteer? You have to be a lunatic, wouldn't you? You'd have to be suicidal to want to actually be the first bloke to go there, or incredibly brave and think that the conquest is noble. I guess I don't know. But this has been quite a theological podcast. It's not been a light one, has it? The last one we were laughing our fucking nuts off the whole time. This one I've had to think. My head's hurting.
Oh, well, we've only got 4 more to record today because you're going away this weekend, you dickhead. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about Mars, I actually think that Elon Musk might be a supervillain. What terrifies me more than anything, I think, in the future, so to predict going forward, is the fact that companies and organizations have got the most power. Not that, I don't even know if the government should have as much power that they've got, but the whole thing of power, and that's what's caused wars for millennia on it. And now that companies have got so much money and power, terrifying. All right, so we put it to you guys in the audience on Instagram to see what your future predictions would be, and there's been some funny ones.
Yeah.
Some that came up quite regularly as well, it's quite funny. The first one is from Samfer_M. Adam gets verified on Twitter, which came up a lot this weekend when you hit the 2 million.
Well, I think more likely than that is mail delivered by rocket. I think if I were to back one.
Another one came from PKGJPG. Fuck's sake, man.
You just matched the keyboard when he came up with the username.
Yeah, he said, Josh being able to complete a food challenge. Do you reckon he could train me into completing one?
Mate, I've been seen far more people.
I feel like you've got rose tinted glasses on this, mate.
No, you did. I mean, it depends on the food challenge. An easy one, I think you're totally capable of doing, because that pancake thing wasn't. I don't know many people that would be able to do it, and you weren't, miles away. So I that's doable, yeah.
Fair enough. Next one from Robin McSilrath. Beard agrees to have a second wife. Is there room for 2 Mrs. Beards?
I'm a Mormon or something.
Like a Mormon, yeah, or could you handle 2 wives?
You could barely handle Mrs. Beardy. She's not my wife. We're engaged, but no, I'm not really a polygamy or polyamory. I'm not that ain't me. I'm quite happy with human pair bonding as it exists now. Plus, no other woman would want me. You have to believe me on that. I don't even get like, you know, a lot of my eating buddies that have
Get saucy pictures in DMs.
yeah, they have more modest sized channels, I guess you'd say, but they get like tons of like saucy
Mrs. Beard
pictures.
had some modest sized.
Yeah, she's not so modest size. She's had plenty of dick pics. Yeah,
That's mad bad, it. Unsolicited dick pics.
yeah.
Lovely. Next, Lightfoot Arb has said, beard eating mushrooms first, leaving the good food to actually cool down.
No, never. I didn't really need to add to that. I was trying to keep it lean.
Burns so good. The podcast gets 2 million subs and the world figures out how to get along and not be.
Never. That's not neither of those two happening.
Yeah, you don't think we get 2 million?
No.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to be proven wrong.
Breaking Beans tops Nespresso as the leading coffee brand from Callum Mann.
No. We don't even give a shit enough to like. We don't care if people buy it. You know, I barely even drink it.
Somebody sympathy bought last week and commented saying, I felt bad when you mentioned that nobody's buying it and bought some.
It's good coffee to be
Valid,
fair,
thank you. It was appreciated.
It's good coffee. It's just not amazing coffee. That's
As Kate Overs said, it's just brown water. Damien_Williams68, my 7-year-old daughter attempting to grow a beard like yours. She's a massive fan. And then there's a face palm emoji and a laughing face. I like that.
I mean, I don't know. She probably doesn't. When she gets a bit older, she probably won't want a beard. So let's hope that doesn't come
Very true. Fucking hell. Bill Belong Body Waggins. That
sounds like a place in Australia.
Bilbo Baggins.
Beard and Mrs. Beard getting married.
It's I don't know. I'm kind of like ambivalent to the idea. Like if Mrs. Beard really wants to, she doesn't particularly want to. If she really wants to, I'll totally get married. Yeah, I mean,
Chris R. High. This is never going to happen. Josh trying to get through a whole podcast without mentioning cock and balls.
yeah, unlikely.
I think we're both as bad as each other. You started the last podcast.
You're worse than me.
Not last one before, where you were talking about peeling your balls off your leg.
That was just like a very vivid way of describing how hot it was.
Towel92 said, you getting a Spotify deal. Ain't going to happen.
That's not happening.
We fucking trashed him last time.
I burnt that bridge a long time back now.
Huggy Hallam said, love to see aliens. They must exist. Just hope they are the non-aggressive type.
I don't know. I don't really know how to react. I mean, no, I don't think it's. There's a whole like series of. If you go down like the Wikipedia rabbit hole on the idea of aliens, I'm not saying they don't exist. What I think is that it's unlikely that they would reach us in the same way that if you don't master faster than light travel or speed of light travel, close to speed of light travel, you're never going to make it anywhere that's habitable enough to have other people there. I think that's probably a good thing.
I think we need to do a full episode on alien conspiracies.
We could do that actually, yeah.
I think because like there's some mad ones out there.
We could get we went to the podcast. They had the I forget the name.
Yeah, can you remember the name? Yeah.
No, they left so little of an impression on me that I don't remember their name. But they were doing really well for themselves, and they had a UFO podcast. Maybe we could get one of them on, talk about, or both of them on. Was it two dudes?
I can't remember.
And they could talk about some
UFO
UFO theories. You know, I feel like when Joe Rogan does that thing with that fucking loony bin guy. I forget his name now.
Oh, Alex
Jones.
Alex Jones.
I don't know.
I think he's the dude.
It's he had what's his name from Blink-182? Tom
DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge, yeah.
I was listening to Enema of the State, the album in its entirety yesterday. I was educating Mrs. Page. She's like, I know, like, what's my age again? I'm like, you've never heard Enema of the State? It's one of the greatest albums. Like, anyway.
George fucking hates it because like that's pretty much all that gets played in our office, isn't it? He's like,
well,
I do love that album, but I can listen to it a decent amount of times.
That's the same with like any album. I don't want to hear it on repeat. Go on.
Steph,
like, how long have we been going?
Steph Steph Stays Slim said next year.
Oh, I recognise that name.
Yeah, next year Beard
Hi,
will
Steph.
land a podium at Nathan's because he's going to train gobbling down 50 plus.
Oh, Steph, I'd love to say yeah, but coming out of Nathan's, I'm almost fired up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try next year, and then I'll forget all about it, and it'll get to next year, and we'll get to June, and I'll be like, oh fuck, I should probably train. I'd love to say yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try. I try.
LL Cool J UK. One world government, not in a conspiracy way, but for the good of humanity. Shared global resources. No
I'd
chance.
love to say yeah, mate, but no. If the history of humanity tells you that no.
All right, there's been a bunch, but like this is the last one. So Graham Phillips 343, Beard wrestling an alligator and then eating it in a food challenge during the general elections.
I'd lose the wrestle, obviously, even if it was on land, and even if it was a baby crocodile, alligator, whatever. And I don't think there'd be that. If I have actually eaten crocodile before,
Yeah.
and it was surprisingly really nice. I had a crocodile burger.
Does it smell like fish and taste like chicken?
It doesn't taste like chicken. It has this briny kind of taste to it almost, so a bit fishy, if you will. But at the same time, it has kind of almost like a gaminess to it, a salty meatiness. So I enjoyed it. I would eat it more common if it was, I suppose, cheaper and more widely available. It's nice.
I think it's mad that like still in all over the world, but especially in like Florida, that these dinosaurs are still walking around. And again, us humans just fucking aimlessly walking around like we own the place.
You've sworn a lot on the podcast today. This is a proper expletive-laden one, yeah.
I do swear
And
a
it's
lot.
because you're angry coming in.
I wasn't
You're not normally angry. You don't normally see Josh angry.
Right, give me your one prediction for the future. Like, what do you see?
I think he's likely. And I think
Just, yeah.
it's out there. It has to be like.
Pretty out there, but you think it's going to be true?
Have you got any in mind?
It's nothing like particularly out there, but I think we're very much on the brink of another financial crash of 2008. I think,
100.
in fact, but when this, not fun fact, but when this goes out this week, we will find out if America is in a recession, because on Thursday of this week, that's when they've got to announce the GDP decline. And I'm intrigued to see how that's going to play out, given that we've,
I feel like because that is in. I would. Yeah, I agree. But so like to get us on a more positive track, I think. I can't. Yeah, honestly,
what the fuck is that ASMR there?
I don't. I was just. I'm twitchy. Especially when we've been going for fucking 90 minutes or whatever on one cup of coffee, it's 8 in the morning or something. I can't say anything positive. Really, I don't think about like long-term predictions. Let me say in the immediate future. This is more hope than aspiration. That's not right. TikTok will go the same way as Vine. And people will realise what a fucking mess it is and stop using it.
And on that note, if you could just follow Breaking Bread PD on TikTok and watch our clips.
Are we on? We are, aren't we? Yeah. You told me that before. Yeah, but maybe I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mate, let's wrap this up there. Like you need to have a word with yourself.
Can we get an IV of this?
I'll get you some more breaking beans.
Get like an IV of coffee right into my veins.
Any final comments, mate?
No. Thanks for all the people listening, and again for subscribing to my channel and to this channel. Thanks for listening.
All right, catch us on the next one. Peace.